In a realm punctuated by the hum of cosmic energies, one young woman named Elara stands at the precipice of a profound awakening. The town she calls home dismisses the whispers of spirituality as mere folly, but inside her heart, a powerful truth quietly whispers, she is one of the chosen ones. As she begins to embrace the extraordinary gift of connection to the universe, an intriguing question hangs in the air. What price will she pay to unite her newfound abilities with the destiny that calls to her? Elara is about to embark on a journey filled with trials, allies, and the darkness that threatens to consume all she holds dear. In a small town tucked beneath the sprawling expanse of the blue sky, where the golden rays of the sun spilled onto cobblestone streets, Elara often found herself at odds with the world around her. From a young age, she had felt peculiar sensations in the air, as if the universe were breathing alongside her. While other children chased butterflies and played in the fields, she lingered in the shadows of trees, listening to the sacred whispers of nature that seemed to echo from a time long forgotten. One autumn afternoon, under the watchful gaze of the ancient oaks, Elara closed her eyes, tuning into the ebb and flow of the energies around her. "What secrets do you hold?" she murmured to the wind, barely audible. Her heart quickened with anticipation as a gentle breeze wrapped around her like a warm embrace, revealing fleeting visions, colors swirling together like a cosmic tapestry, distant galaxies beckoning her closer, and the faces of souls long since parted from this realm. Despite this connection to something beyond, Elara struggled to find her place among the townspeople. They dismissed her visions as mere fantasies that could only arise from an imagination too wild. Spirituality is nonsense, they would say. Elara is just a dreamer, and each time those words fell upon her ears, a thin veil of doubt would weave itself around her, reminding her of her solitude. But deep within, a longing echoed, a relentless whisper urging her to embrace the truth stirring in her soul. The weight of destiny pressed heavily upon her shoulders, illuminating signs that, though faint, glimmered with the promise of revelation. Every night, as stars emerged to twinkle in the velvet sky, she felt an insatiable pull toward them, a sense that she belonged to something greater than her small town, that she was destined to unravel hidden truths that could change the course of her world. Though others dismissed her, Elara's visions remained vivid, intense scenes of energy converging, of light illuminating the darkest corners of existence, of the chosen ones who had walked this earth before, lighting the pathway for future generations. As these thoughts intertwined with her nightly dreams, unease settled in. She could not shake the feeling that her time for awakening was near, and the universe was preparing her for a significant change that would demand every ounce of her courage. Days turned to weeks, and with each cycle of the moon, Elara's intuition deepened. It led her to explore ancient texts hidden in the recesses of libraries, forgotten knowledge that spoke of divine connections and interwoven fates. Yet even as she unwrapped these secrets, a voice of doubt would whisper, "You are alone. The world will not understand." Still, a flicker of defiance ignited within her spirit, urging her to search for the kindred souls who might echo her own fervent experiences. During one fateful gathering at the local festival, the one place she felt the laughter and energy of her community intertwining, Elara spotted two strangers who caught her eye. Julian, with his fiery passion for poetry that spoke of ancient lands, and Mira, whose compassion felt like a balm to the bruises of the world. She instinctively knew that they, too, harbored the stirring call of inner divinity. Days faded into twilight, but Elara's resolve only deepened as she learned about their own struggles with doubts and fears. A bond began to form, a connection that felt as ancient as time itself. They shared their experiences, hearts laid bare, unveiling the intricate webs of their intertwined fates. Secrets once withheld began to bleed into confession. "I dream of a great light, but I also sense darkness closing in," Elara confessed one evening as the night deepened around them. Julian's eyes glimmered with understanding as he replied, "We feel it too. It is as if the universe is preparing us for something monumental. Perhaps it requires us to stand together and uncover the knowledge that has long been shrouded in mystery." Ilara felt the truth of his words reverberate in her core. A fire ignited within, illuminating the path ahead. They decided they would become a circle of seekers, forging ahead into the depths of their potential while unveiling the truths of the cosmos that awaited their discovery. As they gathered each week under the old oak tree, Ilara felt the energy building a sacred space where fears began to dissolve in the warmth of their unity. Yet, unseen to them, the shadows murmured in the distance, plotting against their awakening. One evening, as a small storm brewed in the sky, Ilara shared her vision with her companions, illuminating their pathway toward understanding. "We are the chosen ones. It is time we step into our power," she said, eyes reflecting the growing storm cloud as if it spoke of impending challenges ahead. Their pact to uncover the depths of their potential and illuminate the hidden pathways for others resonated through the ancient forest nearby. Armed with intention, the three of them set forth on a journey illuminated by the guiding stars above, unaware that dark forces lurked, ready to test their resolve. The winds howled as they began their quest, birthing an adventure that would challenge their courage and fortify the bonds they had forged. In the face of uncertainty, Ilara sensed that becoming united was their stronghold against the darkness. All they needed was a spark that would ignite the flames of their transformation. And as the first drops of rain began to fall, a truth emerged within Ilara. To embrace her destiny, she must nurture the connections that awakened the light within her, gathering strength from others in her search for meaning and purpose. Together, they would face the shadows, a collective force that not only protected their awakening, but also illuminated the paths toward their purpose. As the clouds parted and light filtered through the trees, illuminating the clearing where Ilara, Julian, and Mira had gathered once more, the atmosphere vibrated with anticipation. The trio felt an unseen force guiding them, intertwining their destinies under the sprawling branches of the ancient oak. Ilara stood at the center, her heart filled with a kaleidoscope of emotions: excitement, fear, and an undeniable sense of purpose. "Today marks a turning point in our journey," she declared, her voice steady despite the trembling of her hands. "Together, we are going to confront the energy that has held us back, explore the strength of our connection, and unveil the truth. We must discover our purpose in this cosmic dance of light and shadow." Julian's eyes sparkled with determination as he nodded. "I can feel the vibrations ramping up as we gather. It's almost palpable. Whatever force awaits us, we should remain united, focusing on our intentions." Mira, ever the gentle soul, placed a supportive hand on Ilara's shoulder. "Let us set our intentions as a circle. Speak our truths in the presence of the universe. The energies will guide us." In that moment, they formed a tight circle around the stout tree, a natural altar where dreams could take flight. As each one spoke their truth, they breathed in the air infused with hope and determination, affirming their connection to the vast expanse of the cosmos surrounding them. Ilara began, her voice trembling at first as she reached into her deepest fears. "I've always felt this monumental journey within me, but it has been marred by doubt. I fear I will not be strong enough for whatever lies ahead. I must confront these fears to step into my power." Julian followed, his tone equally somber yet filled with fire. "I often question whether my words can create change. I doubt my artistry, afraid that no one will hear the truths I sing of, but I know they must connect with the light we all seek." Mira, her voice soft yet unwavering, concluded, "I find solace in connection. I fear separation. Losing the bonds we've created fills me with dread, yet I know we are destined to stand as one against the darkness." With their hearts exposed, the energy around them began to resonate, swirling in vibrant colors, illuminating the dirt path that had once seemed ordinary. They felt a whirlpool of emotions, fears interwoven with hope, and an awareness that they were together for a reason. Each word was a thread in the tapestry of their destiny, weaving them closer to the essence of what it meant to be the chosen ones. As they meditated on their intentions, a low rumbling echoed through the woods, an unsettling reminder of the forces lurking in the distance. Birds took flight, scattering nervously amidst the sudden shift in energy. "What was that?" Julian asked, concern knitting his brow as he glanced around. "I sense they feel it too. Something is awakening, and we must not allow fear to govern us," Elara asserted, her determination healing the thrum of tension that filled the air. Her spirit surged with resolve, amplifying the energy that knit them closer together. In an act of bravery, she raised her arms toward the sky, feeling the zip of divinity weaving through her fingertips. "We are more than just ourselves. We are starlit vessels carrying the spark of ancient wisdom. Let us ignite it and challenge what lies beneath." In that moment, with the fruits of their hearts laid bare, the winds howled, swirling with energy as destiny prepared to unfurl before them. But right there, in the heart of nature, Elara felt the faint flicker of the dark force, an entity that whispered through the trees, a tempest challenging their resolve. As if responding to her call, shadows laden with weight began to pool in the corner of her vision. There, a figure emerged, cloaked in black. It glimmered like a specter suspended between worlds, an embodiment of their fears that threatened to materialize. Elara's heart raced, instinct urging her to retreat, but her friends remained steadfast. "We will face this together," Julian declared, his voice cutting through the fear that tangled their hearts. "Yes, together," echoed Mira, a spark of defiance igniting within her eyes. Emboldened by the strength emanating from their unity, they pushed through the fear percolating around them. Elara felt a connection to the universe around her pulsating synchronously, its energy feeding into their strengthening bond. She unleashed the power that had been building within her, a brilliance of light cutting through the oppressive darkness, creeping closer. With the swirling energies merging into one force, they created a radiant barrier against the shadows that sought to engulf them. In that moment, Elara realized that to stand as the chosen ones, they must confront the shadows, not only those external, but also the deeper shadows within their hearts. With every ounce of courage flowing through her, she shouted, "We embrace our fears. We stand empowered. Together, we will not allow our inner shadows to extinguish our light." The figure shrieked, shrinking back momentarily, but Elara could feel its essence lurking behind the veil of uncertainty, waiting like a predator on the hunt. They worked furiously, focusing their energies on creating a protective light. Illuminated by a brilliant inner glow, Elara tapped deeply into her connection with the universe. She reached for the swirling energies that embraced her and her companions, transforming the fear into something tangible, a raw and unyielding source of strength. Together, they channeled the power of their unity in a bright, pulsating wave. The darkness recoiled, its icy fingertips trembling against the warmth of their shared illumination. As the confrontation escalated, they began to showcase the might of their connection, no longer individuals, but a force of divine purpose anchored in love. The shadows writhed in defiance, attempting to snuff out their brilliance. Clenching their hands together, they shared in the light of their shared existence, creating an unbreakable bond that forged a protective halo around them. What happened next felt akin to a symphony, a crescendo of energy harmonizing as they united their thoughts and dreams, unleashing a blinding light that flared outward like the birth of a supernova, scattering shadows far and wide. As the figure shrieked in opposition, disappearing like mist in sunlight, a realization washed over Elara. Fear was merely a reflection of uncertainty waiting to be met with courage. She had not only transformed, but she had unearthed the strength lying dormant within the group, reconnecting them to the divine purpose, embracing their destiny as the chosen ones. In the aftermath, as they emerged unscathed under the towering oak, they breathed in the freshness of renewal, their world transformed, imbued with the knowledge that the darkness could be faced as long as they stood together. Elara felt the stirring in her spirit, as if awakening not just within her, but reverberating throughout the fabric of the universe. At that moment, she recognized the wisdom imparted through their trials. Love and unity were, indeed, the most profound forces they possessed, ready to illuminate the darkest corners of existence as they each came into their own. They knew the journey was far from over. The shadows may shift, and the challenges may deepen, but united in love and illuminated by the vibrancy of their truths, they would press onward, together paving the path to their destinies as the chosen ones. As the sunlight broke through the canopy of leaves, showering the clearing with warmth, Elara, Julian, and Mira gathered their resolve after the encounter with the dark figure. The pulsating energy of their victory still lingered in the air, yet the shadows loomed nervously on the periphery, a reminder that their journey was only just beginning. Elara felt invigorated, but she couldn't shake the weight of uncertainty that now pressed upon her. We've confronted one aspect of the darkness, but it's become clear that there are deeper forces at play. We need to understand our powers more thoroughly, she said, her voice steady despite the lingering echoes of fear that whispered in the recesses of her mind. Mira, ever the voice of calm, nodded in agreement. I believe we must delve into the wisdom found in the earth itself. Nature holds answers to questions we haven't yet asked. Our connection with the cosmos is only one facet. We need to understand the elements that surround us. Let's not forget our connection to history, Julian added, his excitement bubbling to the surface. There are stories woven into this land that speak of ancient beings and elemental forces. Perhaps they can guide us further, and so, fueled by their renewed determination, the trio embarked on a quest to explore the sacred sites of their town, places that had long been forgotten by its inhabitants. They ventured to the small forest clearing, where ancient stones lay in a circle, half buried by time. Elara felt a magnetic pull toward them, as if they were beckoning her to uncover their secrets. As they approached, she reached out to touch one of the stones, cold and rough under her fingertips. Instantly, a jolt of energy coursed through her, a vivid connection to the countless lives that had gathered here before. It was a place of rituals, of communion with the earth, where the lines between the physical and the spiritual blurred. What do the stones tell you? Julian asked, observing Elara keenly as she focused intensely. Closing her eyes, she took a deep breath, allowing her spirit to meld with the essence of the stones surrounding her. Images flooded her mind of people dancing under the moonlight, of hands raised toward the sky, of love and unity, spanning lifetimes. She felt a deep sadness for those who had lost touch with these beliefs, and a flicker of hope for those like them who are rediscovering this bond. They speak of profound connection, Elara whispered, a reminder that we are never truly alone. The spirits of those who walked before us offer guidance and protection. We must unite our will with the elements around us, feel the heartbeat of the earth beneath us. They will lead us to uncovering more about our powers. Mira smiled, placing her hand over Elara's. Let's gather our energy together. We need to invoke the spirits of nature through our intentions. Let the stones guide our exploration of the divine powers that surround us. Nodding in agreement, they formed a tight circle around the stones, joining hands as their hearts beat in sync. They closed their eyes, summoning their intentions into the earth, opening themselves to receive wisdom from the elemental forces. As they focused on blending their energy, a gentle breeze rustled through the trees, and the whispers of the forest enveloped them. The air thick with promise, they began to feel the earth's pulse resonating beneath them, a message weaving through the circle, a call to trust in the bond they shared. Yet as they felt their spirits entwine, An ominous rumble stirred the ground beneath them. Suddenly, a gust of wind swept through, whipping around them, pulling at their clothes and hair. It felt charged, electric, warning of the unknown. The atmosphere shifted dramatically, shadows darkening the surroundings. "Stay grounded," Ilara shouted, her voice battling against the swirling winds, urging her friends to maintain their connection. In that moment of chaos, they heard a deep, rumbling voice emanate from the stones, echoing through the winds, distilling a sense of ancient urgency that shook the very foundation of their beings. "The balance of light and dark is fragile. Heed your call. Harness the energy of your hearts to confront the shadows that threaten this world." Ilara's heart raced, her fear flaring momentarily, but then she felt the warmth of Julian and Mira's hands reassuringly holding onto hers. They were there together, bound by a shared understanding of the importance of their mission. This was their moment to manifest their purpose. Concentrating on their breathing, they poured their energy into the stones, embracing the power they sought to unleash. "We are the chosen ones," they declared in unison, their voices merging into one unified resonance. As they cried out, vibrant energy erupted from within them, illuminating the clearing like a shooting star blazing across the night sky. Colors swirled around them, the stone circle shimmering as if coming alive, urging them to harness the elemental energy of the earth, air, fire, and water intertwined with their spirits. In that whirlwind of brightness, Ilara began envisioning paths forward, ancient knowledge churning through her as the power surged, their connection to the elements becoming clearer as they opened themselves to discover their own elemental affinities, uniquely tied to each of them. "The path of fire is mine," she shouted through the chaos, sparks igniting in her heart as her spirit melded with flames of passion and courage. Julian's voice followed, rising with determination. "Air guides my words. The essence of the winds will sweep through my art, lifting our voices into the ether." Mira looked at them both, her inner strength stirring. "And water's flow is mine. I shall heal and nurture with the depths of compassion." As each spoke their elemental intent, the stones began to vibrate intensely, a pulse synchronizing with their hearts. A radiant beam shot skyward, piercing the stormy skies, transcending realms, and connecting them to the cosmic energies once felt, but never fully realized. Empowered by their understanding, they felt the very essence of life merging through their beings, their powers igniting within the expanses of their consciousness. They were stepping into their roles as chosen ones, having embraced the elemental gifts that would become their allies in the battles ahead. As the storm began to subside and the winds calmed, Ilara took a deep breath, grounded in newfound clarity. Light still shimmered in the air around them, merging with the last remnants of shadow until only the stones emitted a warm glow. They had embraced their elemental spirits, uncovering pathways to their purpose. Turning toward each other, they felt the weight of their united mission press upon them with newfound strength. "We may have awakened our elements, but we will still need to prepare," Ilara declared, determination shining in her eyes. "The darkness will not back down quietly. We must find the others who resonate with our call. They will join us in our quest." With their hearts united, Ilara, Julian, and Mira embarked on a journey etched in cosmic proportions, a quest to gather the chosen ones destined to stand in unified front against the shadows, illuminating the path toward salvation. Their intertwined destinies were now clearer, forged by fire, air, earth, and water, drawing them closer to unveiling truths long buried in the annals of time. Poised to change their world forever, as the trio departed from the sacred stone circle, the sunlight filtered through the canopy, illuminating their path with a golden glow, as if the universe itself were guiding their steps. Each of them brimming with newfound power and purpose, they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, where ancient energy thrummed beneath the surface, a living pulse that resonated with their own. Elara felt invigorated. Her connection to the elements awakened a fierce determination within her. They needed to gather more chosen souls whose energies mirrored their own, those who could stand unwavering against the impending darkness that threatened to blanket their world. As they traversed the winding trails, Julian pulled a worn notebook from his satchel, written full of poetry and reflections that echoed with the energy he had just tapped into. I believe that to gather the chosen ones, we should cast a net in the form of words, each poem a beacon that might call those who resonate with our energies. You're so right, Mira exclaimed, enthusiastic inspiration lighting her features. We'll share these words at the town's festival tomorrow. It's the perfect gathering of souls where we can invite others to awaken. A collective resolve coursed through them, and they huddled around a fallen tree in the woods, working to create the most compelling verses to invoke the hearts of the people in their town. Together, they crafted poetry that interwove themes of awakening, unity, and the elements that now flowed through them like lifeblood. Elara listened intently as Julian recited lines, passionately breathing life into the verses. Together we rise, breaking chains that bind. Awaken the fire that flickers within. Embrace the storm as we dance in the wind. Mira added her voice, creating a melody to Julian's words. In the dance of the water, we find our souls flow. Together, we stir the currents, a confluence of truths amidst the ebb and the glow. With every line they penned, their hearts intertwined with the essence of divine connection, setting their intentions into the universe. They would call forth those who echoed their light, those who felt the darkness approaching and longed for unity and understanding. As twilight fell, they spent hours laboring on their verses, bathed in the glow of inspiration spiraling around them like fireflies emerging into the dusk. And when they completed their work, a palpable energy shifted in the air, affirming the significance of their mission. The words were not mere ink on paper. They were vessels of hope, ready to resonate with intended hearts. The next day, anticipation pulsed in the air as Elara, Julian, and Mira arrived at the town festival, a whirl of colors, laughter, and music. Their hearts fluttered with nervous energy, and amidst the crowd, they could feel the consciousness of the universe urging them onward. People roamed freely, families, children, and artists all wrapped in the warmth of community. With observations coursing through her, Elara scanned the crowd, her heart urging her to seek those whose spirits resonated vibrantly with their calling. There had to be others, waiting for the same stirring call of awakening. As the music played, she felt the threads of connection pull tighter. Let's find a place where we can share our poems, she suggested, scanning for a vantage point amid the swirling dancers. They found an open space near the fountain, its gentle water shimmering in the sunlight. Taking a deep breath, they stepped forward, and with Julian leading the way, he called out, "Friends, gather round. We have words that beckon from the universe. We invite you to awaken with us." His voice rang clear above the laughter, drawing attention from curious onlookers. As they began to recite their poem, an energy washed over them, blending their voices powerfully with the vibrant atmosphere of the festival. With each verse, the crowd moved closer, the energy of curiosity and anticipation palpable. Elara poured her heart into the lines, each word echoing through the hearts of those listening, igniting the flames of hope. In unity, we stand, adorned in courage, we dare to fight. Against the dark, we raise our voices. We are the children of light. As they continued their recitation, faces around them began to glow with recognition. Some nodded in understanding, while others gasped as the truth of their words sank in. Like fuel to a flame, the resonance of unity permeated the collective consciousness of the crowd, igniting their spirits. Mira then stepped forward, her voice sweet and soothing. Awaken, beloved souls, to the waters of our essence flow together with the currents of our shared blessings. The air shimmered with emotion, the spell of their words lifting the veil, revealing the sanctuary of truth that lay within their midst. Soon after, hands raised across the audience, illuminating a chorus of souls who longed to connect, some crying tears of recognition. That was when Elara spotted them, a raven-haired woman who exuded an aura of light, standing beside a tall man with kind eyes and a knowing smile. The moment their eyes locked, she felt a surge of recognition, as if their destinies were entwined through lifetimes. "I see you," Elara breathed, stepping toward them. "I feel the power within you both. Please join us." The energy shifted, echoes of the past wrapping them and welcoming them together. The woman smiled with the brightness of a full moon. "I am Celine, and this is Asher. We have felt the stirrings for too long. We yearn to join your journey to confront the shadows and reclaim our light." Mira beamed, excitement brimming within her. "We shall stand together against the darkness. With our powers combined, we shall illuminate the path." The crowd murmured with energy, the resonance of hearts beating as one, those who were once strangers now drawn together by purpose. The festival transformed, an altar of connection where souls converged, each one whispering the truth of their inner divinity. Elara had known instinctively that they needed allies, and now she felt them flooding in, a tide of vibrance that would stand against the encroaching darkness. Night fell, and lanterns illuminated the festival grounds, twinkling against the backdrop of stars that mirrored the growing unity of souls. Elara, Julian, Mira, Celine, Asher, and others who resonated with their call now stood together in a circle beneath the great oak, a constellation of chosen souls igniting a powerful flame, a family forged in the crucibles of destiny. They would prepare, for together they would face the hidden forces lurking in the depths of the unknown, illuminating their world with every ounce of love, strength, and courage they possessed. And as Elara gazed into the faces of her newfound friends, she felt a swell of gratitude and determination, a promise ignited within her heart. Together, they would face the darkness and manifest the awakening, knowing that the light of their shared divinity was destined to pave the path toward salvation. As the oppressive clouds rolled over the horizon, darkening the once vibrant skies, Elara and her companions gathered at the sacred clearing where their journey had began. The air thrummed with an electric tension, uniting their hearts in anticipation of what lay ahead. They stood together, a stronghold of light against the encroaching storm, each of them channeling their elemental energies: fire, air, water, earth, and cosmic energy coalescing into a singular force. "It's time," Elara said, her voice resounding with a clarity that cut through the heavy atmosphere. "We've prepared ourselves for this moment. Whatever seeks to silence our awakening must meet the strength of our unity." As they stood shoulder to shoulder, the tempest rolled in, dark and menacing, its winds howling like a wounded animal. From the depths of the storm, shapes began to emerge, twisted figures clad in shadows, their forms cloaked in darkness. Each dark entity whispered in a chorus of doubt, aiming straight for the hearts of the chosen ones. "You think you can resist us? You think your light can stand against the vastness of despair?" An icy grip wrapped around Elara's heart as tendrils of fear reached for her, doubt swirling like storm clouds. For a moment, she wavered, grappling with the memories of those who had dismissed her, the voices that once echoed disapproval in the shadows of her mind. But then, the warmth of her companions tightened like a shield around her. Mira turned to her, compassion radiating from her being. "You are not alone, Elara. We stand together. Trust in our bond." Elara glanced at Julian, who met her gaze with unwavering confidence, his own fears muted by the certainty that came from shared purpose. And with Asher and Celine by their side, keepers of elemental powers, the strength of the earth and stars, she felt their combined energy lifting her spirit. The figures pressed closer, their shadows elongating, whispering doubts that threatened to drown out their truth. Elara could feel the weight of despair, a chilling reminder of the darkness that had ruled for too long. But she took a deep breath, calling upon the fire within her, transcending her fears into a blazing resolve. No, we will not be shackled by doubt. Together, we will illuminate the path. Let's channel our energies. Julian called out, and in that sacred space, they began to harness the powerful forces binding them together. The wind swirled around them, lifting their souls higher, the storm responding to the resonance of their light. Elara raised her hands, flames licking at her fingertips as she focused on the shadows before them. By the fire that burns in my heart, I command the light to shine through. The flames erupted, casting a golden hue around them, pushing back the shadows that writhed in fear. Mira summoned the water, her essence unraveling a stream of compassion that flowed around the group, wrapping them in a protective embrace. We heal. We unite as one collective heart. With powerful breaths, they formed a harmonic symphony. Julian conjured the air as words transformed into song, filling the night with clarity. Our voices are free. Listen to our truth. Own our light. We shall rise as one. Escher tapped into the cosmic ether, the brightness within him bursting through the veil, intertwining with their energies and amplifying their resolve. Fear will not prevail. Together, we are invincible. With each invocation, darkness shied away until they shattered its grip. The combined energies surged forth, manifesting a radiant force that illuminated the clearing and swept through the storm. The figures shrieked, recoiling under the onslaught of light that surged from the chosen ones, an unstoppable wave of passion, purpose, and unity. For just a brief moment, Elara felt time slow. It was as though she was suspended between the realms of shadow and light, witnessing the interplay of good and evil warring around her. Through the brilliance, she saw the souls of her friends intertwined with the essence of the universe itself, a dance of colors swirling together in their collective energy. Stepping forward, she clasped hands with each of her companions. We are love. We are the light. We are the chosen ones, and we will illuminate the darkness. And as their collective voices sailed up into the sky, they ignited a beacon that pierced through the storm, a tangle of light bursting forth like 1,000 suns reborn. The shadows retreated, dissolving into the ground, as if the very earth refused to accept their essence. The storm began to shatter. Rain poured down in great torrents, sweeping away remnants of darkness lingering in its wake. The cacophony of chaos faded, replaced by the harmonious song of an awakened world. As the clouds dispersed, the group stood together triumphantly, breathless yet soaring with victorious exhilaration. Elara's heart thundered in her chest. The darkness had been vanquished for now, but she realized that this was just one step in their continued journey. The fight against despair would require eternal vigilance and connection. Yet, as they looked around at each other, pride swelled in Elara's chest. They had faced their inner shadows together, forging a bond that could overcome anything. With the cosmos as their witness and the world itself cheering in affirmation, they embraced the illumination that now spread from their hearts into the world around them. They were warriors of light, chosen to stand against darkness, and now, more than ever, they understood the power that resided within them, both individually and collectively. This marked the beginning of a new chapter, etched in the stars, whispering the promise of awakening yet to come. As the last remnants of darkness dissipated, Elara and her companions stood amidst the cleansing rain, droplets cascading down their faces like blessings from the heavens. The air was fresh and vibrant, humming with renewed energy, and with every heartbeat, they felt the universe urging them onward. This battle had been won, but deep in Elara's heart, she sensed that futures hung in the balance and challenges would inevitably arise. Tonight, we have faced the storm, and together we emerged victorious. Ilara declared, joy radiating from her very core as they exchanged smiles of encouragement, comforting each other through the turmoil they had conquered. The energy of their unity pulsated, like the rhythm of the earth, a heartbeat shared, a life force ignited. Mira stepped forward, her voice calm yet profound. We have awakened, not just our powers, but a purpose far greater than ourselves. Our journey is still at its beginning. The bonds we've woven tonight will anchor us through the trials to come. Asher nodded, gazing at the others with unwavering conviction. Each of us possesses incredible strength. Let's share our light and spread our message. There are many still lost in the dark, and together we shall illuminate their paths. Julian, his spirit alight with determination, grinned broadly. And we'll ride the winds of creativity to capture our journey. Our stories will echo in the hearts of those waiting for the call of the chosen ones. With hearts intertwined and spirits alight, they turned to face the horizon, where the first streaks of dawn began to paint the sky with hues of brilliant gold and tender orange. The world around them transformed, reflecting the inner changes they had undergone. It felt as if the universe rejoiced alongside them, the promise of a new beginning, urging them to embrace the adventure that lay ahead. At that moment, Ilara felt a wave of clarity wash over her. Let us commit to this path, she said, her voice resonating with newfound authority. We will be the keepers of light, the guides for those still searching. We carry within us the fire, the waters of compassion, the whispers of the winds, and the wisdom of the earth. It is our duty to nurture that power and share it with the world. The group raised their arms toward the rising sun, the light bathing them in its warm embrace. They closed their eyes, surrendering to the sensations, the power of the elements flowing through them, an overwhelming sense of peace wrapping around their hearts, assuring them that they were on this journey together. Yet, even as they reveled in their newfound purpose, caution lingered on the edges of their thoughts. Ilara whispered softly, a reminder that echoed the wisdom of the ancients. To bring light into the world, one must first conquer the darkness within. Let us not forget the lessons we've learned here, or the shadows that may return as they broke their embrace. The bond forged in the flames of consciousness remained anchored deep within their beings. They set off down the path illuminated by the sunlight, a light that would guide them toward the collective awakening of those who shared their vision. Their journey had only just begun. Alongside them were allies, those who resonated with their energy, waiting to be brought into the fold. The call of the chosen ones reverberated through the universe, and Ilara knew they were destined to gather more souls as they traversed their world. As they walked, a promise echoed in the silence of the forest. They would spread love and hope where shadows once resided, awakening sleeping spirits, sparking the flames of light in places where despair lingered. And as they traversed uncharted paths, Ilara felt the thrill of possibility coursing through her veins, because she understood that within every heart lies the potential for awakening. Inhaling deeply, Ilara turned toward the sun rising higher in the sky, illuminating their path forward. Her heart beat in rhythm with the universe, a chorus of souls singing the song of awakening, a profound testament that each life holds the divine spark of potential and transformation. They were the chosen ones, and their legacy would ripple throughout time, igniting a world poised on the brink of awakening. A world that would soon recognize the immense power of love, unity, and the unwavering light that resides in every soul, waiting for the moment to be unleashed. This was only the beginning, the dawn of a new era filled with infinite possibilities, and together they would walk this sacred path illuminating the world as they went.